Hello everyone, Schoon-A-007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we have the 1-2 Houston Astros taking on the 2-1 San Diego Padres. And here is the starting lineup for the Houston Astros. Leading off, the right fielder, Hunter Pence. Batting second, the second baseman, Mark Loretta. Batting third, the first baseman, Lance Berkman. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Carlos Lee. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Miguel Teja, the shortstop. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Ty Wigington. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Jose Cruz. Batting eighth, the catcher, J.R. Towles. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Sean Chacon. On the mound for the Padres, it is Randy Wolf. 12 wins, 12 losses, 4.30 ERA, 190.1 ERA. 191 hits, 162 strikeouts, 67 walks. We're here at Petco Park. That gives a +1 to strikeouts. And with that, Randy is done warming up. And as Hunter comes in, steps into the batter's box, we're ready to start. Hunter batting a .286 so far in this replay. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-2. 6-2 is going to be a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll that. And we have 6-6. 6-6 is going to be a possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be a 6-3. 6-3 is a single past the second baseman. And Hunter gets on with a single. All right, we are at double play depth. It is a hit and run strategy as Mark Loretta, batting a .400 average, steps up. 5-3. 5-3 is a range play. And that's going to be a 1-4. 1-4 is a dub. Goes out there to Hairstone in center field. That is, his range is on a 1-3. That's a 6. And that is past him. And with that, Loretta takes 2. Pence goes to third. And let's take a look here and see, does Hunter score? He does. And the Astros are on the board first. 1 run, no outs, runner on second. And that's going to bring up Lance Berkman. Lance Berkman batting a .167. Strategy roll is an 11. So the Astros are holding off. And that's going to be a 6-4. 6-4 is going to be a strike. That's an 11. That's a 7. Struck him out. Carlos Lee batting a .417 average. Strategy roll is a 2. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-4. 2-4 is going to be a strike. That's a 17. That's a 7. The 17 is too high. Does not strike him out. That's going to be 2-4. 2-4 is going to be a pop-up to second for out number 2. Miguel Teja batting a .231 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-6. That's going to be a strike. That's a 6. The 10 is too high. And 3-3. 3-3 is going to be a fly ball to left field for out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the San Diego Padres. Leading off, the center fielder, Scott Hairston. Batting second, the second baseman, Tadaho Iguchi. Batting third, the first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Kevin Kuzminoff. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Paul McAnonoa. Forgive me if I butchered the last name there. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Kali Green. Batting seventh, the catcher, Josh Broad. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Jody Gurritt. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Randy Wolf. On the mound for the Houston Astros, it is Sean Chacon. 2 wins, 3 losses, 5.04 ERA, 85.23 innings pitched, allowed 88 hits, 53 strikeouts, and 36 walks. He's warming up as Scott Hairston steps into the batter's box, and we are ready to start the bottom half of this inning. Here's the pitch. Hairston batting a .333 average. 1-4, 1-4 rain at the ballpark. We're going to go to Petco Park. And that is a 1-5. That is a single +7 out there to lead. And let's see. Roll is equal to or less than the BR. BR is 3. The roll is a 3. That's a double. And Hairston takes second on a double here at on that pitch. Iguchi now up. Iguchi batting a .500 average. Strategy rolls a 2. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-4, 6-4. Home run. That's a 5. That's a 3. The 5 is too high. And that's going to be a 4-3. 4-3 is going to be a fly ball out there to Cruz for out number 1. Hairston stays at second. Infield at double play depth as Adrian Gonzalez steps up, batting a .250 average. Strategy roll is a 3. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-6. 3-6 is going to be a walk plus. That's a 20. We at 10. That's a 12. He walked him. Runners on first and second. Infield at double play depth still as Kevin Kuzminoff steps up. He's batting an .083 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 5-1. 5-1 is going to be a home run. That's a 16. That's a 9. Kevin smacks one out to the warehouse. And that's a fly ball out of here. Home run. A 3-run home run for Kevin Kuzminoff to put the Padres up by 2 here in the first inning. And that is going to bring up Paul That's going to bring up Paul. Paul is batting a .333 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-5. 1-5 is going to be a walk. That's a 17. That's a 16. And they walk Paul. And that's going to bring up Kali Green 1 out, infield double play depth. Strategy rolls a 17. Padres holding off. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-5. 1-5 is going to be a walk. That's a 5. The 20 is too high. 2-1, and that's going to be a line drive to the third base. And the runner is doubled up. And that's a double play to get out of the inning there. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 1, it's San Diego 3, Houston 1. We go to the bottom. We go to the second. It is Ty, Jose, and JR due up for the Astros. Ty Wigginton batting a 167 average. Here's the pitch. 5-4. 5-4 is going to be a strike. That's an 8. That's a 5, and they struck him out. Jose Cruz, here's the pitch. 3-6. 3-6 is going to be a blank. And that's going to be 1-4. 1-4 is going to be a double star 3, and that's a fly ball out there to Gurritt, who makes the out. 2 away as J.R. Towles comes up, batting a 125 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-4. 5-4 is going to be a strike. That's a 14. That's a 6. He struck him out. Nothing across the board for the Astros as the Padres retire them in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It is Josh, Jody, and Randy due up for the Friars. Here's the pitch to Josh. And that's going to be 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be 5-4. That's going to be a question mark 7. So that's going out there to Lee. And that's a 4. So that's going to be a double on a power hit. Lee's error rating is a 1. That's a 2. No error. And that is a double for Josh to lead off. All right, Jody Gurritt now up. Strategy rolls a 1. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 1-1 at the ballpark. And that's going to be 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a ground ball to second. And that's going to be an out at first. Brad's going to advance to third. And once again, here in the second, the Padres have a runner in scoring position. Infield coming in for this pitch. As we have the pitcher, Randy Wolf, stepping up to the plate. Strategy rolls a 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-3. 5-3 is going to be a walk. That's a 7. The 16 is too high. 3-6. Question mark 7. That's going to go out there to Lee again. That's a 9. And on a 9, that is in the double range of 2 to 11. That's a double by Randy. And that's going to score Josh as he brings in another run. Infield now at double play depth. Scott Hairston coming up. He's 1 for 1 with a double already in this game. 17 on the strategy roll. So the Padres are holding off on Strat. We have 6-6. 6-6 is going to be a strike. That's a 14. The 14 is in range, and they struck him out. 2 outs. Runner on second, and Iguchi comes up. He's 0 for 1 already. Strategy roll is a 17. So we're holding off. That's going to be 2-5. 2-5 is going to be a blank. And we have 3-6. 3-6 is a fly ball out there to left. And that's going to be a fly ball out there to left field to retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 2, it's San Diego 4, Houston 1. We go to the top of the 3rd. It is Shade, Hunter, and Mark due up for the Astros. Here's the infield going to come in for this one. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-4. 6-4 is going to be a strike. That's a 22. That's a 20. And they struck him out. Struck out. We go to the top of the order. Hunter Pence. 1 for 1 already with a run scored. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 1-1. 1-1 is going to be a strike. That's an 11. The 15 is too high. 2-5 ground ball to the first baseman for 2 outs. Mark Loretta, 1 for 1 already with a double and an RBI as well. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-4. 4-4 is going to be a strike. That's a 4. The 19 is too high. 5-6. That's a fly ball out there to good. And that's going to retire the side for the Astros. So once again, the Padres retire the Astros in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's 3 up, 3 down once again. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is Adrian, Kevin, and Paul due up for the Padres. Adrian Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. He has a walk and a run scored already in this game. That's going to be 6-6. 6-6 is going to be a strike. That's a 12. That's a 5. And they struck him out. 1 out. And that's going to bring up Kuzminov, who's 1 for 1. Home run already in this game. That's going to be 3-5. 3-5 is going to be a range play. So let's see what Kevin does. 6-1. Single to the shortstop. Taja's reading is on a 1-3. That's a 4. And Kevin hits a single. And that one just got a little bit past the shortstop. All right, infield going to double play depth. That is a 1, and no hit and run. So infield going to double play depth with an N. No hit and runs can be attempted. And that's going to be a 5-3. 5-3 is going to be a walk. And that's going to be a 1-4. That's a power hit to Lee. That's a 1. That's going to be a single. Yeah, the 19 was too high for the walk on that because I was a 17. So that's going to be a 1. That's going to be a single. And Kuzminov is going to get the hold sign. And he's going to hold at second. And that's going to bring up Kylie Green, who's 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 1 yet again. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 2-4. 2-4 is a blank. And that's going to be a 3-5. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Cruz. Runners hold as that's hit to Cruz on an F8. We subtract 3 from the BR rating. And if it is less than or equal to, he will advance to third. He holds. Josh Bard, 1-for-1 with a double. Here's the pitch. Runners on first and second. Strategy wheels a 17. So they're going to hold. That's going to be a 4-2. That's going to be a walk. That's a 5. That's a 10. And they walk Josh. And that's going to bring up Jody Gurritt, who is 0-for-1. Bases are loaded. Towers is going to go out there real quick to talk to the pitcher, try to come up with some strategy. We're going to have a quick mound talk. All right, and with that, we goes back, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 6-3, strike. That's a 9. That's a 13. The 13 is too high. 2-5, and that is going to be a fly ball out there to center field. So the Padres leave the bases loaded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors after 3. San Diego 4, Houston 1. We go to the top of the 4th. It is Lance, Carlos, and Miguel due up for the Astros. Lance Berkman 0-for-1, struck out his last time up at bat. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-3. 1-3 is going to be a home run chance on a 1-11. That's a 2. Needed to be 12 or less. That's an 11. That's a 12. He squares it up. And he hits that one out of here to the right field side. That ball is going back to the upper deck. That ball is high. That ball is deep. It's out of here. Solo home run for Lance Berkman. And that ball is out of here, and the Astros cut the lead in half. And that is going to bring up Carlos Lee. Lee 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-5. 3-5 is going to be a walk plus. That's a 15. That's a 1. That's an auto walk. And that is going to bring up Miguel Teja. 0-for-1. Strategy rolls an 11. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-2. 4-2 is going to be a walk. That's a 6. The 17 is too high. Infield at normal depth, by the way. 4-4. Ground ball to second. And that is a 3. The roll is equal to or less than. That is a double play. Carlos Lee out at second. Miguel out at first. And that is a double play. A 6-4-3 double play on that one. Actually, that's a 6-2, 6-3 double play. Green takes it, tosses it, steps on the bag, and then quickly tosses it over to first. That is a 6-3 double play. As Ty Wingington comes up, he's 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. 2 outs. No one on. 6-4. Strike. That's an 8. The 12 is too high. 5-5. Fly ball out there to Paul to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Randy, Scott, and Iguchi due up for the Padres. Randy doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. Shane can face 8 more batters, by the way, before he is tired. And that's going to be 3-2. 3-2 is going to be a strike. That's a 6. That's a 21. He struck him out. We go to the top of the order. Scott Hairston now up. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-6. 6-6 is going to be a strike. That's a 14. That's a 6. He struck him out. Next up is Iguchi. Iguchi is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 2 up, 2 down. 1-1 at the ballpark. 3-6. That's going to be a single plus 8 to Cruz. And that is a equal to or less than. That is going to be a double for Iguchi. So Iguchi with a single plus 8, and he advances 2 bases, so he got the double. And that's going to bring up Adrian Gonzalez, who's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 11. The Padres holding off. Here's the pitch. Adrian 0 for 1. 5-5. That's going to be a blank. 6-1. Fly ball out there to Pence for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 4, it is San Diego 4, Houston 2. And due up for the Astros, it is Jose, JR, and Sean. All right, here we go. Randy's still in this game. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-4. 1-4 is going to be a strike. That's a 9. The 15 is too high. 2-3, and that's going to be a single past Gonzalez. And Cruz gets on base. And strategy rolls an 8. Infield going to double play depth. As J.R. Towles comes up, the catcher, who's 0 for 1, struck out his last time up at bat. Strategy roll 8. Astros holding off. Here's the pitch. 4-4. Strike. That's a 14. That's a 13, and he struck him out. And that's going to bring up Sean, who's 0 for 1, struck out his last time up at bat. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-3. 6-3 is going to be a strike. That's a 22. That's a 9. And he struck him out. So 2 away. Runner on first. As we go to the top of the order, Hunter Pence, who's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 5. Infield at normal depth. And that's going to be 2-6. 2-6 is going to be a strike. That's an 11. That's a 19. 2-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left on for the Astros as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Kevin, Paul, and Green due up for the Padres. Here's the pitch to Kevin. Kevin is 2 for 2. And that's going to be a 4-5. 4-5 is going to be a hit by pitch. That's a -4. Kevin has a hit by pitch of a 12. That's a 2. And he takes his base. Umpire waves his finger and gives him the don't do that again. Gives him the warning not to hit the next batter by the pitch. Strategy rolls a 15. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. To Paul. Paul is 1 for 1 with a walk. 2-3. 2-3 is going to be an error. And that's going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Error rating is on a 1-2. That's a 6. No error there. And that is a 6. So with a roll of a 6, the play only happens at first. Kuzminov will advance, and the batter is out at first. 1 out. Kevin on second. Runner on second. Infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll is a 15, and that's going to bring up Collie Green. Green is 0 for 2. Strategy roll 15. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-4. 4-4 is going to be a range play at Petco Park. 2-2. Ground ball to the catcher. Catcher's range is a 1. That's a 2. That failed. And the Padres have runners on the corners. All right. Corners aid. Josh brought up. He's 1 for 1. Doubled his last time up. Strategy roll is a 16. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-6. That's going to be a strike. That's a 7. That's a 2. He struck him out. Jody Guert up. He's 0 for 2. Sean Chulka now tired. Here's the pitch. They are going to leave him in. Infield at normal depth. 2-1. That's a strike. That's a 9. That's a 7. He struck him out. So no runs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Padres after 5. It's San Diego 4, Houston 2. And due up for the Astros, it is Mark, Lance, and Carlos. Mark Loretta is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Randy can face 6 more batters before he's tired. 2-6. 2-6 is going to be a strike. That's a 4. That's a 7. The 7 is too high. 1-2. And that's going to be a single past Kuzminov. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's going to be a ground out to third. That's going to be a ground out to third. Oh, no, when I read the slash on the card wrong there. Lance Berkman up. Berkman is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Has a home run already in this game. 1-4. 1-4 is going to be a strike. That's an 11. The 17 is too high. And that's going to be 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a fly ball out there to Paul for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Carlos Lee coming up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk already. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-5. 6-5 is going to be a range play at Petco Park. 5-1. 5-1 is a blank. That's going to be a rare play. Let's see what happens. As our virus protection pops up. That's a pop-up, and the virus protection pops up in this game. Shallow pop up to the right field that the second base chases, but doesn't hear the right fielder call, and they collide. Resolve like a P4 range play, and we're going to check for injury to the second baseman. So I'm just going to move this out of the way so we can see the fielder play. Iguchi going back there to the right fielder, and they collide into Guert. That is a 3. That's a 3 for Iguchi. So the range is successful. And Iguchi will miss the rest of this game. So the Padres down a second baseman. So let us see who they are going to bring in. They are going to bring in Sean Kazmir to take over second base. for Iguchi as they collide. And that's going to do it for the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Padres. For the Astros as the sides retired. 3 up, 3 down on that play. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Randy Scott and Iguchi due up. But Iguchi is out, and that is going to be Sean coming in to take over. Sean Cancon out of this game as they made that call to the bullpen during the top half of this, and we have a left-right coming up. I'm just going to move this over so we can see the lineup there. So we have a left, right coming up. So let us see who we can bring in. They're going to bring in Chris Sampson. No. I like that. It's asking me if I want to make a double switch in the lineup. No, I don't. So Chris Sampson comes in. Let's take a look at his stats. 6 wins, 4 losses, a 4.22 ERA, 117 innings pitched, 117.13 inning pitch, allowed 118 hits, 61 strikeouts, and 18 walks. Randy Wolf, they are going to let him take this hit. He's 1 for 2 already. 6-6. 6-6 is a hit by pitch. And that's going to be a 3-2. 3-2 is going to be a double star 3. Ground ball out to the second base. And that's going to be out number 1. Let's take a look at the stats real quick for Sean Chacon. He pitched 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 walks, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, and 1 hit by pitch. Leaves the game with an ERA of 7.20. Scott Hairston now up. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-6 again. That's a hit by pitch. That's going to be a 3. And Chris Sampson gets the warning from the home plate umpire not to do that again. Otherwise, he's going to go tell him to take a seat. And Sean Kazmir coming up to pitch to taking over the second baseman. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls an 11. Infield going to double play depth. And that's going to be 2-2. 2-2 is going to be a blank. 2-1 ground ball to the shortstop. And that is going to be runner out at first. No, runner on first is forced out at second. So that's going to be a fielder's choice for Sean Kazmir, who gets on. Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman, who's 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 13. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-4. 2-4 is going to be a strike. That's a 12. That's a 12. He struck him out. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6, it's San Diego 4, Houston 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It is Miguel, Ty, and Cruz due up for the for the Astros. Randy Wolf can face 3 more batters before he is tired, and here is Miguel Teja, who's 0 for 2, the pitch. And that's going to be 6-3. 6-3 is going to be a strike. That's a 6. That's a 1. He struck him out. Ty Wigginton up, who's 0 for 2. Struck out already. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-6. 2-6 is going to be a strike. That's an 8. That's a 3. Struck him out. Jose, 2 up, 2 down as Jose Cruz comes up to the plate. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-6. 3-6 is going to be a blank. And that's going to be 5-3. 5-3 is a fly ball out there to center field. Sing, take me out to the ball game. And the Padres retire them in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Kevin, Paul, and Green due up for the Friars. Here's the pitch. Kevin is 2 for 2 already, 3-1. That's going to be a possible error on a throw. And that's going to be 3-3. 3-3 is a fly ball out there to Cruz for out number 1. Paul is now up. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 5-2. 5-2 is going to be a range play. Here's the pitch to Paul. That's going to be 6-5. That's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Mark. Mark's range is on a 1-3. That's a 3. And he got him out. And 2 away. As Kylie Green, who's 1 for 3, here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-4. 6-4 is going to be a blank. And that is going to be 3-4. Then that's going to be a ground ball to Wigington for out number 3. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, it's Padres 4, Astros 2. We go to the top of the 8th, and one thing I forgot to show off was the scorecard at that 7th inning. So Houston scoring in the 1st and in the 4th inning. San Diego scoring in the 3 runs in the 1st. They scored another run in the 2nd, and nothing since then. So it's 4. Houston has 2 runs on 4 hits. San Diego has 4 runs on 8 hits. It is JR, Chris, and Hunter due up for the Astros, and that is going to do it for Randy Wolf. So let us take a look here. I'm going to slide that one over here. We have a right coming up for that. And let's see. They are leading. Heath Bell. They are going to bring in Heath Bell. Heath Bell, so far in this replay, has pitched 1 inning and allowed 3 strikeouts. Here's the, it's JR, Chris, and Hunter due up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-3. 5-3 is going to be a range play at Petco Park. And that's going to be a 3-4. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Good for out number 1. Chris Sampson, they are not letting Chris take this pitch. They are going to bring in the left-handed pitcher, David Newhan, to pinch it. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-5. That's going to be a possible error on a ground ball. and that's going to be 5-4. That's going to be a single pass. The left fielder, and his error rating is a 0. That's a 15. He gets on. David Newhan gets on. So we go to the top of the order. Hunter Pence, who's 1 for 3. Strategy roll is a 12. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 2-1. Strike. That's a 12. That's a 7. He struck him out. Mark Loretta now up, who's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-1. 2-1's going to be a strike. That's an 8. That's a 1. And he struck him out. All right. And we are now at the bottom of the 8th. And let's see here. We have a switch left, right coming up for Houston. How about Oscar? Oscar got used. I'm looking at my database here to see who did not. Well, they're going to bring in Tim Bydock. Only pitched 1/3 of an inning. Let's take a look at the stats here real quick. Chris Sampson pitched 2 innings, had 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch. Comes into this game. And Heath Bell, we've already looked at him. So it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Josh, Jody, and Heath due up. Here's the pitch to Josh. Josh is 1 for 2, 1-1. That's going to be a blank. All right, we need that, and that's outside of the range of the special K. 5-6. That's a fly ball up to Lee. Out number 1. Jody Guert now up, who's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 3-3. That's going to be a home run chance on a 1. The 20 is too high. That's a 17. That's outside of the range of the special K. 1-2. Fly ball out there to Pence. For out number 2. Heath Bell not going to take this hit. And they're going to bring in their switch hitter, Tony Clark, to take this hit. Tony Clark is going to pinch hit. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-2. 2-2 is going to be a wild pitch, but doesn't matter. No one is on. We're going to re-roll that. 4-6. That's going to be a home run. The 18. That's a 13. That's an 18. The 18 is too high. The 4, outside of the range of the special K, that's going to be 5-3. That's going to be a double star 3. Fly ball out there to Pence. And that's going to retire the side. No runs. Oh. And that is going to bring up Trevor Hoffman for this as they enter into a save situation here. No runs, no hits, no errors. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Trevor Hoffman coming up to try to get the save here for the Padres. Already has 1 save, 1 inning pitched, allowed 1 hit. so far in this game, in the replay so far. He's going to have to face Lance, Carlos, and Miguel. Here we go. Lance, 1 for 3. The pitch, 4-6. Strikeout plus. We add 11. That's a 21. That's a 14. He struck him out. Carlos Lee, the left fielder, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, and they are not letting him take this hit. They are going to bring in Kazui Matsuri to take this hit. Here's the pitch. He is a switch hitter. 2-2. 2-2 is a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll that. That's going to be a 5-6. That's going to be a walk plus. That's going to add 10. That's a 21. That's a 14. And they walk Kazo. All right, Miguel now out the shortstop, who's 0 for 3. Infield at double play depth. Runner on first. Tying run at the plate. Here's the pitch. 5-5. That is a double star. Fly ball out there to Gurrit for out number 2. Astros down to the last out. Ty Wigington, 0 for 3. The pitch. 2-6. Strikeout plus. That's a 20. That's a 3. And they struck him out. And that's the ball game, folks. Final line score coming up as the San Diego Padres defeat the Houston Astros 4-2. All right, Randy Wolf gets the win. Sean Cacorn draws the loss. Trevor Hoffman picks up the second save. Kevin Kuzminov gets a home run. Same with Lance Berkman. So let's take a look here at the stats. Sean Cacorn with the loss, pitched 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 home run, and 1 hit by the pitch. Randy Wolf, 7 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikes, 1 home run, ERA 2.57. Trevor Hoffman gets his second save, pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. So that is going to do it for us. And the final score here, Houston 2 runs on 5 hits, San Diego Padres 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors for both teams. They kept the game clean. And that is going to do it for us here at Petco Park. If you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up on the way through the turnstiles. And until next time, this is Skune 007, and we'll see you with another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.